I somehow managed to lose my tripod. Well, I didn't lose it. Kyle put it somewhere, but I can't get a hold of him because he's driving. I have no idea where it is. So I'm using a chair. I think it looks fine. Don't mind my decorations. So today is November 30th. And I figured this would be my, okay, let me back up really fast. Hi, I feel like a space cadet right now. What's up, you guys? It's Dakota if you're new here, or welcome back to my channel. I am 12 weeks pregnant today. So I wanna do the 11 and 12 week update, but for some reason, I feel like my head's getting cut off. I'm just gonna, it works. I feel like I am a dummy because for the last, what, I've done 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I've done that many. There's my hair on my camera. But I've been doing it as if, like, say today's my 12-week update. I've been doing it as if this is literally my 12-week update, but it's my 11 weeks, like what happened the previous week. So I'm not gonna fix the title of all of these past videos that I've done. I'm just gonna go, wow. I'm just going to continue to say my 11 and 12 week update, and hopefully you guys realized it before me and were just kind enough to not say anything. But yeah, last week I didn't do an update for my 11 week, which would be my 10 week. This is just getting confusing now. I didn't do one last week because there was like 2 things I wanted to say, and I just think it's pointless to have a video just saying 2 things. So I waited a week, and we'll talk about last week and this week, and since they're both about the same, we'll also talk about something else, a little story time to keep things interesting. If you couldn't tell, I got some sleep yesterday and today. That's why I'm a little energized compared to my usual like zombie self. But I feel like I've had a migraine for the last, like, maybe it's because of my hair, for like the last 24 hours. And so like my head just really hurts. All right, let's just get started. So last week and this week were literally the same. I wake up and the first thing I want to do is drink water. That's what I've always done. I don't want to say my whole life, but pretty much. But it makes me throw up, like, instantly. I don't know what it is. I guess I want water, but my child doesn't. I'm not sure. People have told me to eat a cracker. I don't want a freaking cracker. My mouth is dry. Like, that's why I want water to begin with. So I tried to have like a fruit cup, like some peaches. That didn't work either. So I just have to like deal with either getting sick and being hydrated, or the opposite. I choose to drink water because I need it. And then around noon, I don't know if it's because it's around noon specifically, or if that's because that's the time that Kyle likes to eat lunch or comes home for lunch and heats up food. But around noon, my nausea, like, from the morning to noon, it's there, but it's not like, holy crap, I need to get up and throw up. But once Kyle comes home and makes food, it's like anything that was in my stomach has got to go. So it's kind of annoying to deal with, but that's pregnancy, so whatever. And then after he makes his lunch, I have him like open up the windows just to get some fresh air. It usually takes like a good hour for my stomach to settle, and then I'm okay. But I don't want to eat anything. Like, I'll force myself to eat an apple with peanut butter, which is one of the only things that I've been able to eat or want to eat these last 2 weeks. I mean, I'm glad it's healthy, but I'll eat the apple and peanut butter and be perfectly content all day long. Nothing else sounds good. I'm starving, my stomach is growling, but if I think about something, think about a specific food, I get nauseous and get sick. So like, I just don't even think about food. Like, I'll just be hungry. I drink water, I drink Gatorades to try and stay hydrated and keep my stomach feeling full, but for the most part, I can't eat anything. And then of course, I wanna go to bed and like, you know, go to sleep, and I can't because I'm just so hungry. Like, my stomach will be growling and it's so distracting that I need to eat something. Come 8 o'clock, I'm all of a sudden just like hungry for cereal. Just cereal, 8 o'clock or midnight. It's either or. Sometimes it's both. I'll end up having 2 bowls of cereal because I need to eat something and nothing else sounds good. But yeah, 8 o'clock and midnight are like the only times that I truly want to eat anything. I wrote down some cravings because I knew I would forget. One of them, besides the apples and the peanut butter, was Caesar salad last week. Kyle was like, do you want anything for dinner? Since I didn't want to really eat what he was eating for dinner, I would just be like, yeah, Caesar salad sounds fine. Like, just pick me up like a pre-made, you know, one of those pre-made bags. And then last week I was really craving crab legs, which has been like one of those cravings that I've had for a few weeks. So like, it was nothing new, but this past week I definitely didn't want it. And also nacho cheese, but like not just like, I don't know what, I don't want to say like cheddar cheese or queso, but like the jalapeno, my mouth is getting watery. The jalapeno cheese that you like get with nachos. I don't know how to explain that. I feel like you guys know what I'm talking about. The spicy cheese and just some like real salty chips. Every time, we've gone to the movies twice this pregnancy, maybe 3 times, and that's all I want. I don't want popcorn, I don't really want junk food, I just want nachos. And then for the last 2 weeks, I've been wanting Tootsie Rolls. Just the chocolate ones, like the original, oh my elbow is dying. The original ones, or, I'm getting beaten up over here. Or the vanilla ones, the like blue wrapper ones. I guess Kyle didn't even know those existed. So I guess a lot of people don't realize that they have flavored Tootsie Rolls. The vanilla ones, the ones with the blue wrapper, those are my favorite. I found a whole bag of them at Target. But yeah, those are my cravings. So really fast, a story time, and I guess I just never mentioned this. I guess I like told a few friends and family members, but I never spoke it out into the like public. When Kyle and I were going through stims, which is like the medicine you start to get your eggs for IVF. When I was doing my medicine on my Instagram, my IVF page, I'll link that below. Just throw that out there. Someone, I don't want to be like important, someone that works for like TVs and shows, like a producer, I think that's what they're called, reached out to me via my IVF Instagram and asked if Kyle and I wanted to be part of 9 Months with Courtney Cox. I think they're on season 2 now, maybe season 3, I'm not sure. If I'm being completely honest, I've never even seen the show. I never even heard of the show before they reached out to us, but they reached out to us and asked if we wanted to be a part of it. They were gonna send us some cameras, and we weren't gonna have to, but we would be documenting our 9 months. Well, it'd be more than that. We'd be documenting the IVF process plus the pregnancy, probably plus them being born, it being born. I don't like calling my baby it, but we went through the interview process and we were selected. Like, they were like, oh yeah, we want you. And Kyle and I thought about it, and we ended up deciding not to do it because, one, I like to vlog and I like to post things on Instagram, and they said like, you can't do it, but like if you were to post something on Instagram, you can't say anything that's gonna be on the 9 months. Or if I were to record something, like if I were to record an ultrasound, a doctor's appointment that has an ultrasound, I wouldn't be able to put that on YouTube. I would have to give it to them. And I just didn't think that was fair, because I use my channel for my friends and my family, because we live on a freaking island. And none of my friends and family can really go through this with me since I'm on an island. And so I didn't think it was fair that I would have to basically hold out on them and be like, oh, you guys are gonna have to wait a year to watch everything on this documentary show, whatever it is. So I just didn't think it was fair. And then we kind of got the vibe that the only reason why they chose us is because we were a military family. I know that's probably not why exactly, but during the interview process, they were just really focused on, and not that it's a bad thing, but on Kyle. And in my head, it was just like, hey, I'm the one trying to get pregnant here. And yes, Kyle is the reason why we couldn't get pregnant. Like, it's male factor. And so like, I understand why they would ask him questions, but they were asking him like military questions and like, what do you plan on? It was just weird. I don't need to get into it. We just got the vibe that they only chose us because they wanted to have like a military family, and we don't like to use the military status to, I don't know how to explain that. We just don't like that. We wanted it to be authentic. We wanted them to choose us because they wanted to get to know me, my story, the baby, and Kyle, of course, not the military. And being in the military, you kind of have to keep things hush-hush, and you can't really do that if you're recording a documentary. You kind of, I mean, you could, but it would be a little bit more harder. It'd be a little hard. But yeah, we chose not to. We were super thankful and grateful for the opportunity, and that people actually saw what we were going through and wanted to share it with the world. But that's what I'm doing with my Instagram and my YouTube. I don't need another platform to share this story, and I'm sure that if they didn't choose us, they probably chose another great military family. So I'm kind of interested in this next season, whether it's 2 or 3, I'm not sure. I think it comes out in 2020 or 2021, so I'm gonna look out for that and see who they chose, because it was definitely a weird interview process. But that's the like first story time that I've ever done on my YouTube channel. I hope that was decently interesting. Excuse me. But Monday we have our 12-week ultrasound, and then Kyle's dad is in town, so he will actually get to be there for an ultrasound, which is really cool because it's gonna be his first grandbaby. So yeah, that's really awesome. And then next Saturday, when I'm 13 weeks, we have Kyle's military ball, and I still don't really have a bump. Like, it's a pooch, but it's not a bump, and I'm kind of like, not sad. I am sad about it. I wish I had a bump to show off, but I know it's there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao for now.